The 2024 XXL Freshman list is right around the corner. Here are my thoughts on what artists are going to make it this year. At this point, the XXL 10th spot voting has been out for like a month. I'm super late to it, but I'm also super late to posting YouTube videos. It's been like a whole year, so hopefully the algorithm helps me out with this one. This year could possibly be the worst XXL Freshman cover. I know people say that every year at this point. These covers haven't really been memorable since like 2020. I've personally been living under a rock for like the past year, so I've only recognized like 3 artists that I guarantee are going to make this list. The freshman list is supposed to put you on to new artists on the come up, and these 10 spots, if you're a nerd like me, you're going to check out their entire discography. The past couple of years, XXL has been putting more than 10 artists to try to fill out the lackluster names that they have on the cover. So I'm going to name 10 and then name like 5 more probably. The most obvious and guaranteed pick, I feel, is that Mexican OT. He has a fun sound similar to the Baby, and if you look back at the 2019 cover, that's a fun cover. So hopefully he brings some fun to the 2024 cover. Good cypher, good freestyle. In terms of numbers, he's by far one of the bigger artists on this list, and in my opinion has the highest chance of reaching a larger audience in the future. The next artist I feel is guaranteed a spot is Rich Amiri. He's so opium without being opium. The kids of today went from listening to drill music to wanting to be Playboy Cardi, and Rich Amiri fits what the kids are listening to. Not to mention being with Internet Money helps, considering Internet Money produced one of the biggest industry plans of recent years in the rap scene, Ian Dior. Rich Amiri is another guaranteed pick for the cover this year. And I want to say this next artist, Lil Mabu, is a guarantee, but at the same time, it's not lasting music, you know? You want artists that can last longer than a year. His music is gonna not last that long, in my opinion, unless he switches something up. But I feel like this is the artist to like buy a spot on the cover. He's from New York as well, and unfortunately this is probably like the best representation. It's not the best representation. Let me not say that. It's not the best representation of New York music. It's just probably the most mainstream appeal right now in New York, and has numbers to back it up at least. So that means there's some people out there that enjoy it, just not here. I mentioned the most obvious, but these next 2 artists by far have the most plays and some of the biggest hits of the past year or 2. And I was genuinely surprised. Big X the Plug, him along with that Mexican OT on the same cypher, that should be fun. Very similar sounds, both from Texas. And in terms of numbers, he's the second biggest artist I have making this list. He has over 15 million plays. And it was very surprising because I've never heard a single song of this man's music until now. So shout out to the XXL 10 spot for putting me on. But the biggest artist that I have making this list is Lay Banks. Over 21 million plays, is going to most likely be the standout artist of the cover. Just because I don't listen to her music, there's a lot of people that do. And I feel having her on the spot is good representation. I feel like she's going to be even more massive in the future. It'll be interesting to see if she can continue her success and become Megan Thee Stallion big. It's a possibility. 310 baby. XXL is all about representation. I've mentioned a lot of artists, and I'm going to continue to mention a lot of artists from Atlanta, from Texas. So this is the only artist I have that is from LA. It's good representation of that sound. His most recent project, Nights and Weekends, is a fun album to listen to. My favorite song is with 03 Greedo, and released his most popular track, Soak City, last year, with way past 100 million plays. The next artist up is Boss Man D-Lo. I'm gonna be honest, I've never heard a single minute of this man's music until recently when I decided to make this video. Out of the songs that I have listened to by him, I think he'd go good in a cypher with Big X the Plug and that Mexican OT. Similar sound even though if he's out in Florida. BK the Ruler. She's been on the come up for the past couple of years, and I feel like maybe could have made it last year. This is probably the last shot if she does make it on the cover. Her most popular songs are like from 3 or 4 years ago at this point, but still has a good discography of music. Ania, she has a song with Lotto out as one of her most played currently. Has a sound similar to last year's XXL Freshman, Glorilla, but she'll actually do the cyphers and freestyles if she makes this year's XXL cover, so good pick. And the last artist we're going to be talking about is Caribou. She's a part of Concrete Boys, Lil Yachty's upcoming group, and although she doesn't have like a big catalog of music yet, she's on the come up, and I feel like could be a good duo with the cypher of Ania, the last artist we just mentioned. Those are my 10 XXL Freshman picks for this year's 2024 cover. These next 5 artists, I feel like they have a strong possibility of making the list, but we're going to throw them as honorable mentions and kind of skim over them. First, we have Kenny Mason. This man deserves to be a XXL Freshman. I feel like he's deserved it last year, the year before that. I have the receipts. Since 2022, I've been making these videos and having Kenny Mason in it. If he's not on the 2024 XXL Freshman cover, it's not going to happen. I think it would be a nice surprise to just throw him in there like in the 2018 cover when they had JID. I feel he's bigger than the XXL Freshman list at this point, so he doesn't really need it, but it would still be enjoyable to have him freestyle, have him cypher, and be on the cover. Next two honorable mentions, Huncho and Baby Dro. Out of the 10th spot artists to choose from, these are the two standout artists that I actually found their music enjoyable. So I just wanted to say they have a good shot of making the cover, but probably won't because there's going to be a lot of Atlanta rappers. I don't know if they want like a whole cover just of Atlanta artists. So honorable mention to them. Another honorable mention to Four Bats, a singing artist. Sometimes XXL puts non-rappers on the cover, and maybe this could be the year. He has the plays to back it up. He would be one of the bigger artists if they do decide to put him on. And the last honorable mention goes to Cashco Bay. And if they add Four Bats, he's not really a singer, but he kind of is. It's a nice little genre. It's very melodic. He has a song with Ice Spice. XXL loves Ice Spice. Put him on there too, why not? Let me know your predictions in the comment section below, and hopefully this video is uploaded before like the cover actually drops, because it's around that time, May, June-ish. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next year. Just kidding. I won't. I'll try to upload more. I'm sorry.